I'm going to do an actual talking tutorial on this look here. Mostly this is going to be an eyeliner tutorial for those struggling to do kind of like the basic cat eye, but it's also going to be a little bit more advanced as well in how I do the little graphic cut crease liner, which looks really cute. It's really popular at the moment, I believe. At least I've seen it a lot on kind of Instagram. I've been doing it for quite a while. It's just a nice little trick you can do to kind of make a look a little bit more kind of like sophisticated or look more complicated than it actually is. So keep watching and enjoy. Okay, so first of all I'm going to put some eyeshadow down as a base for the eyeliner. I'm not going to do anything too complicated today. I'm just going to do something a little bit simple. I'm just going to use the Kat 1D side of the Better Together palette. Really nice shades in this one. Quite simple. Quite a good little travel palette, I think. Just taking the shade Por Vida, which is just like a nice matte white, and kind of like setting my primer. This just makes the other eyeshadows super blendable. I'm just going to take a little bit of the shade Yours, which is the matte grey. Just start building up the outer edge. A little bit of fallout, but we can clean that up afterwards. I'm just going to build this up slowly. Next I'm taking the shade Darling on an E210 Urban Decay brush, which is the Moon Dust brush. Which looks like it's going to have a lot of fallout, so we're just going to build it slowly. That's pretty. Just grabbing the colour Devotion, which is like matte black. Like a fluffy shadow brush. This one has no name, it's so old. Just lightly smudging out the lash line area. You could even do this instead of liner if you wanted to. I always find as well when you put black eyeliner on, it kind of like pulls the contrast of the look up. Go a little bit smoky, you don't kind of like lose any of the details. Sometimes like a black liner can wash out any detail that you pop in. So I'm going to give you a couple of different options in terms of black eyeliner, what I like to use, what I have used and things like that. So the ones I tend to typically use is the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. It's a really popular choice, really easy to use. Cheaper option as well for this one is the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I only picked this up about a week ago, but I'm really liking it. It's kind of like a cheap copy of the Kat Von D liner. They have very similar kind of tips, both really fine. Another option that I sometimes use is the Urban Decay Razor Sharp in Perversion. This is like your typical, I call them dippy liners. Dippy ink liner. Again, really fine point, really fine point. You can get some really sharp lines with this one, and really black as well. I would maybe avoid this one if you do struggle with your liner a lot, if it is, you know, that you've got unsteady hands, or you don't do liquid liner a lot. I would go for an option more like these. They're a lot easier to control in my opinion. Okay, I've zoomed you back in. So today I'm going to use the NYX Epic Ink Liner. So this one here. Really easy to use. A lot of people struggle when doing their wings, and a couple of different options that you can do is you can either kind of like make a little dot where you want your wing to end. You can do this with the liner, or you can do it with some concealer, and obviously you can wipe away your concealer at the end. Some people do like a concealer line so they can choose the angle and things like that. I'm just going to freehand this one because I'm pretty happy, I'm pretty comfortable with eyeliner. Another reason I quite like these though for beginners is with the dippy ink liner, you can basically, if you do make a mistake and you do need to kind of like wipe and clean it, it is really hard because it sets really quickly and it is waterproof, and it's really hard to kind of remove it without taking off the majority of the liner, because when you do come to remove those types of liners, they dry a little bit, almost like liquid latex, whereas these are just like your basic kind of ink, really easy to tidy up if you do go a little bit wrong. So I'm just gonna lean in. I've got my little mirror, which is another really handy thing. Get a little mirror, get as close as you can. So I'm just gonna start from the center. Where you start as well is up to you. Most people don't pull their liner in this far, but I like to because I have very, very sparse eyelashes. I was back of the line when they were handing out eyelashes. We just got a little bar, and that's how you should just kind of start. Get your bar down. Keep it quite thin, don't go too thick too soon, because you can always thicken it up later on if you want to go for that thicker eyeliner look. I'm just going to wing it out. It's almost kind of like carrying on this lower line here from your lower lash line and pulling it upwards. What angle you choose though is entirely up to you. You've obviously just got to make sure you can try and match it on the other side. I want my wing to go about to there. Yeah, so I've just done the most microscopic little dot ever. Teeny weeny. Just do little strokes. Don't try and do it all in one go if you're kind of a little bit unsure. And if I go quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. Cool. I'm just going to finish up underneath before we move on to like the next segment of eyeliner. This is my lazy girl trick. I like to just get a little eyeliner pencil, really soft one, put a little bit under my eyes, blend it out, maybe put some shadow on top of it, not always. I'm just using a Vindicated Empire. It's like a very dark eggplant. Doesn't have to be neat, doesn't have to be perfect. Now I'm just going to get a little pencil brush. Take it to the next level. We can do some kind of like graphic liner, almost like a lazy girl's cut crease is what I like to think of it. I'm just going to grab Cuff, which is another razor sharp liquid liner. So this is a lovely kind of like silver shade. You can have any shade that you want. I just feel like silver is going to be the best. So again, we're going to do those dots. I tend to look straight forward at a mirror with this because I kind of want it to be seen when my eyes are open, rather than just kind of like try and get it in the crease where it's just going to be lost and you're only ever going to see it when you blink. You can have it that way, it's entirely up to you. Dot there. Dot there. And then like a little middle dot. So we've got 3 dots in which to connect this. So I'm just going to start a little dot. Cool. I'm going to add a little bit of extra kind of like glam to this. You can also put a bit of glitter on there, which I know is a really popular option. I'm just going to take Glam Rock. My camera genuinely just cut out, so I feel like I got my YouTuber wings today. Genuinely, my camera like overheated. So that's the finished look. It's subtle but quite effective. I think it's quite cute if you're kind of like, I call it the lazy cut crease because I'm lazy. My lips are NYX Liquid Suede. This is another one I picked up the other week in the shade Brooklyn Thorn, which I thought was a really nice kind of like a greyish mauve. So it's really pretty, it's really nice. It's kind of like one of those like stone colours. Yeah, this pretty much summarizes it. Hopefully that was helpful to anyone struggling with their eyeliner. Hopefully if it did help you out, let me know in the comments, and request if you do want any of the tutorials in future.